very warm welcome to all of you, and in conversation with me today is Yaela Mercedes. She is the president of the Austrian association Novavision, and this is a wonderful technique, if you like. I'm sure she's going to express it in a different way on how to get children to excel, and this is done in a very, very different way. It's a very exciting way, actually. Part of the strategy, if you like, is extraocular vision. There's frequency upgrading, there's retreats to show how this all works with ceremony. So it's rather playful as well, and there's a lot more, but one of my favorite subjects is the power of thoughts and words to help manifest all our desires to create our world. So let's give Yaela a very warm welcome, and Yaela, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mike, for inviting me to have this conversation with you in this on this topic, and I'm really very happy about it. Yes, as you introduced me correctly, I'm the president of the Austrian Association of Novavision, which is the complete title is Association for the Stimulation, Unfolding and Exploration of Mental Development, as well as the activation of human potentials. And this association was founded in August 2018, and mainly with the project Extraocular Vision. It is called Extraocular Vision. It is a method which comes from Mexico, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
And I learned it 2016. I heard about it in June 2016, and I went immediately to Mexico in late September 2016. I mean, I just take a little bit of go back to my childhood. I am a Colombian girl, so I was born in Colombia. My parents were Colombian, but we grew up here in Austria during 10 years. I was here 8 years, and we learned German, French, because we went to the French school, and we went very often to United Kingdom. So that's why I have my 3 languages or my 4 languages. I know them quite well, and actually then I ended up working in United Nations, and it was during the last year of my it was my first retirement year, 2016, when it came to through a newsletter that I heard about this thing. You are blindfolding in extraocular vision. You are blindfolding children, seeing children, okay?
Yes, yeah.
Children who are able to see. You blindfold them with a mask, not with the so-called mindfold mask, but the children have their eyes closed, and you put on them 3 layers of cotton masks.
Right.
So that they are really unable to see with their physical eyes. And 3 years ago, we often used the expression "jump out of your head" to activate the children.
Yeah.
So really, that was the main sentence we used when we were working with children. Nowadays, it has changed already so dramatically, I would say, that we often use the expression "look for the whole," search and look for the whole, because that's what really nowadays the children are able to express. When I started 2016, the children, we were really quarreling and having troubles, that he manages to see with his inner light, with his magic eye, or with his dreaming eye. There are so many expressions we can call it. It's actually spirit who is seeing through the mask,
right.
Or with their inner light. If you believe in third eye, you may call it like this, but the Mexican people, Noé Esperon, he doesn't believe in third eye. He says that it's the spiritual eye or the inner light who is able to see.
Right.
So actually, nowadays really the expression "look for the whole" is more appropriate, because now really children can express themselves. I see a whole, or I see more than a longer, like a kind of a branch, full of light, and I can see through that branch. So I think, yeah, the energy has changed in these 3 years. And so what does it bring? It's just not a fun, and we don't want children to end up on a stage.
Sure.
That's not.
Yeah. No.
Noé Esperon is the founder of this methodology, so to say, and it's already in Mexico about 35 years going on. Right. And he was just trying to find out something to help children to have a better life and to be more successful. Right. And he ended up, he's actually not a shaman, not at all. He was an IT programmer, and actually through meditation he got to this, to find out this methodology. And he was working with children and found out that they are getting better at school, their behavior were improving, parents were really very happy with this methodology. And when Berenice Carvajal, actually a manager from an engineer, so completely in the logical part of the brain, had troubles with her child, 7-year-old. She ended up with Noé Esperon, and she really saw the improvements in her son, and she was so fascinated that she started learning this. So she started to become a instructor for children, and they went in Mexico to schools in a very northern part of and very poor part of Mexico, where even the sub-director of the school, actually, because we work with children aged 6 to 12, right. Really school children. And in that school, really, Ciudad Juarez is the name. The sub-director was really very concerned, because for the children over there, their highest thing to get as a good position for life was to become a paid killer. That was their vision of the best job ever to focus on. So he really called these, and they stayed there for 3 months, because this methodology is so that you activate the children, they are blindfolded, you activate their extraocular vision, and you can, it may happen in the first hour, it may happen in the second. So we accompany them for 10 weeks, 1 hour per week, and still we talk with the parents 20 to 30 minutes.
Right. Okay.
The parents need to change their behavior to understand the changes in their children. Yeah.
What is it about children? Is it the innocence of the mind that allows them to develop this quickly? Or, I'm sure you have techniques to help bring that out. What I'm really asking is, would adults be able to do this with the relative ease that children can do it with? Or does something happen that, our mind as we get older gets corrupt, and this third eye, if you like, gets blocked?
Correct. Let's call it like this. It's the innocence of the children, and they're less long living on programming they haven't yet received, right, because they are younger, is that makes them possible to see blindfolded. Exactly. I've realized it in my experience already. Children with already 10, 11, 12, actually until 12 we can say a kind of guarantee that the child will be able to see. After that, it's really the age where they started to become more even more mental. And I have really had the cases where children with 10 or 11, they see in 1 week, in one session, and then they come back and they have already, something has happened in that week that they were blocked again, and we start by zero.
Right.
So, and with us adults, it's exactly the same. Besides that, it's also somehow a fear. I've had 2 mothers of the children they were so fascinated about the changes in their children that they wanted also to learn it. So I taught them, and one of them was said, "Wow, I saw the picture, and then I got afraid."
Yeah.
Fear blocking totally.
Yeah. This is one of the things, as you know, I'm a medium, and we have our circle, and one of the biggest disruptions to any of this work is the fear, and it's the fear of being wrong or the fear of not being able to do it, the lack of self-belief. And once we get rid of that fear and just say, well, look, let's just give it a go, let's just see what happens, then the magic begins to unfold. And I guess children don't have that fear just yet. They're just happy to see this as a game, if you like, fun for them, and then they can excel. And so the question is, do you work with troubled children? Do they have to be troubled or have what I would say by normal standards an imbalance, or are normal children, if you like, work with this therapy?
Well, actually, let's call it not therapy. Let's really method. I work with any child, right. So the ones who have no problem, neither in school or in behavior or whatever. But the fantastic point is it is a great help for children who have dyslexia, for children with autism, for children who have problems in concentration, in focusing, in memory, yeah, that's the point. It's really a big help. I mean, I have given last year quite a lot, and the year before lectures in German here in Austria, all around Austria. Wherever I was called to go, I went, and I was showing videos. And there is, for example, one video of a father of an autist girl talking about the improvement they have with her. Or there was another mother who talks about the improvement. Oh, I have written it now actually in the website of Novavision, which is www.novavision.at, and there are even some videos and feedbacks, testimonials of, for example, a mother whose child had or has still ADHS. And he gets the medicine, Ritalin, but even the school accepts that his behavior has changed. He's participating in the classes. He has got friends already. He's not making so much trouble. And they are really reduced it to the max, to the minimum. And her goal, of course, is that he gets rid of the medicine. Yes, it is a help for all the, even Down syndrome, it is said that it helps. Yeah.
This is, I guess, a therapy. I use the word therapy, a strategy, a protocol that is gaining ground now. Are we beginning to see mainstream to kind of, at the very least, say there's something in this and we need to look at it further? Or are they still saying there's no real value in it just yet?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear everything you said.
Okay.
But
yeah, I was saying that now that it's gaining ground, it's beginning to become popular. I've noticed more and more of these evidence of, particularly in India, children learning to read blindfolded. So it's grabbed the attention of media. That aside, has academia decided to look into this and say this is something that we really need to look at seriously?
Well, the thing, academia, yes. I know that in Mexico they are already in discussions about teaching it at universities for ongoing teachers. The issue is that this will be a change in the whole system. Okay, this will bring along a change in the system, because these children, if they keep on, there's always the question: do they lose this faculty?
Right.
If they don't practice, yes, they may lose it.
Yeah.
I have been told that if the child gets, they get more due to this teachings, they get more. They want to help the planet, they want to help their colleagues, they are really far more compassionate. And if they keep this compassionate behavior, it won't lose that quickly. They will keep it longer, okay?
Right. Yeah.
So to say. And so it is going slowly, very slowly, to come to the media, and people might not be so afraid about it or find it so strange. But it will turn, these children, if they stay, they are far quicker. I mean, that's what happened in that school when they went for 3 months, that at the end of 3 months, the teacher said, well, we have done the whole year in 3 months, so what shall we teach now?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's I was doing a bit of research for this, and I was looking, naturally, as one does, goes to YouTube. I actually went to your website as well, novavision.at. We'll give the details of that out later. And there we are. We're seeing children, as you say, blindfolded, and colour cards are put up, and they're correctly stating what colour the card is. A book is given, and I think it was the mother or one of the teachers, for want of a better phrase, was asking the child what you see in the book, and the child is correctly, I'm inclined to use the word predicting, but it isn't, but clearly seeing, clairvoyance, clear seeing what is being written. What is the technique, if you can explain it, to help get the children to learn how to do this? Because you mentioned about the whole earlier, and one of the things we do in mediumship, which I'm not comparing this, by the way, anyone's listening, is that to reach their guide or to speak to their guide, I tell them, look into the emptiness, look into that void, and bring your heart into that void, and just wait there for whatever it is that's going to come to you, for it to come. Is that similar to what you teach with extraocular vision?
Well, I wouldn't say so. We in the moment you have the eyes closed, the child is in the alpha state, so in the relaxed one.
Okay.
Yeah. So then that, and as I said, I mean, we can't really talk very much about it because that's clear. Yeah. But as I said, we make some exercises with the brain, with the mind. I would call it even, we try to somehow confuse them so that the thinking mind says, I quit, I can't.
Right.
And then really, as I said before, we use the expression jump out of your head.
Yeah.
Now we use look for the hole. Right. Now we use more look for the holes, and that's it. And look, I would say even really that things are changing, because we had a course now in October. We had actually 3 courses in October this year, or last year, sorry. Mm-hmm. And one was here in Austria, and there was a young guy, I don't know, in his late 20, early 30, and we blindfolded him, because to learn, you as adult, to learn this technique to work with children, it's done in 4 days. That's what I did in Austria, in Mexico. Wow. I went there for more than 4 days, 4 days, because I have friends of mine there and family. But we learned it in 4 days, and we practiced with 3 children. So that's the point. Right. And to this guy here in Austria, we blindfolded him, and he said, but there is a lot of light here. I mean, you have to blindfold me better. And we were laughing, the Mexican girls and I. We said, it's his inner light. Yeah. So he was really blindfolded with 3 masks, and he still said, it's so full of light here.
Yeah, that's incredible, actually. And have you had experience with adults? We touched on it earlier. Have you had, say, adults who have got difficulties that have come to you, and you've been able to help them with this technique?
Well, it was so that when I did the course 2016, I was able also to teach adults based on the methodology of the children, because I got actually a booklet, a handbook, a manual, 400 pages, because it's the 10 lessons for the children, and then we talk with the parents. So it was 400 pages in Spanish, and I said, look, but this I have to translate into German to work to be able to work in Austria. The English version was already there, so that's why a colleague of United States, you know which one, United Nations, sorry, we organized that the Mexican came for the first time to Europe in December 2016.
Right.
And together we organized it. And yes, adults are able to see. I have seen it myself because I have assisted, meanwhile, about 6 times this methodology. And last time in October, it was so that one of the adults in Czech Republic was able to see blindfolded everything.
Wow.
In the one I did in Mexico, we were 15 learning to become coaches. And yes, there was one who also was able to see. And she said she was seeing it quite through a hole, very, very little, as if she would be looking through a hole of for a key, key door.
Yeah.
So yes, it is possible, but if it stays for the next day, no idea.
Yeah.
Because it was really just, and the one who was able in the Czech Republic to see, he said that his wife has done the course 2 years before, and she always insisted, you have to do it, you have to do it. If somebody is able to see blindfolded, it's you, because you are like a child. Right. And so it was proven that, yes, to be a child as an adult is sometimes a very good thing.
Right. And I guess, therefore, everyone has the potential to do this. But clearly, children have an advantage over us. So I assume a childlike adult would clearly have an advantage over other adults with this.
Yes, exactly. And I have everybody asked me, also the children, if I can do it. No, I can't.
Right.
I have tried it.
Right.
I have tried it. But it would, I know if you stay on track, I would manage.
Yeah.
But it would take me too long. And my mission in life is to teach children as many children as possible. And I'm so happy that I have got my certificate now to become certified instructor of instructors. So I'm now able to give these seminars, these 4-day seminars to adults, to learn how to activate the children.
Right.
So this is really my step forward. And in these 4 days, every adult gets the opportunity to try to learn it for himself. And
Right.
And if he doesn't manage well, at least he has the capability to teach children.
Okay. And are you actually running a course now or in the near future, or are you?
Well, I'm running a course in German here in Vienna, just for adults to learn it for themselves. Okay? It's in German, but if ever there is a group, because I know there are a lot of adults who want to learn it. So then I realize now that I have become instructor of instructor. I'm again, because meanwhile there was a stop to work with adults, but now I'm allowed to work again with adults now. And I'm holding it 21 to 23 February here in Vienna in the 18th district. So if ever somebody wants to know about it, there are still two seats available. And that's really just to learn. And it's based on this methodology. We are going to work these 10 topics, because these 10 lessons the children get once a week. So we accompany the children, so to say, 3 months. They are always a kind of life coaching topics.
Right.
So even for an adult, if he's unable to see, at least he get the information where should he work on to get rid of some topics which are not healthy for him. And there is one seminar, I'm giving one seminar in English in Amsterdam this year, 9th to 13th April. And there is still one seat available.
Brilliant. And are you going to put that up on the Novavision website?
No, because with associations, we just put that if you're interested, call me.
Okay.
Contact me and you'll get the information directly.
Okay, and I'll put up that information when this broadcast goes out, how they can connect you. But for the association, if they want to know about Novavision, what is their website details?
Well, it's what you already said. The details is www.novavision.at. or you write Yaela, my name, YAELA at Novavision.at.
Okay.
And what I still wanted to mention, in December 2016 there was one doctor from Czech Republic who was fascinated about the what he learned there, and he returned back to Olmütz and started teaching children, had so much good feedback and wonderful feedback of the parents and so on, that 1 year later, in October 2017, he called, during the year 2017, he asked the Mexican people if they would give a seminar in English over there.
Right.
He would, meanwhile, translate it into Czech.
Right.
So there we were in October 2017, giving a seminar. The Mexican people speaking in English, in Spanish. I translated into English, and then he translated it to 13 coaches, or ongoing coaches, so to say.
Wow.
And we still, without knowing a word in Czech,
Right.
we managed to activate the children. It was a real success. It was so good that now, last year, they contacted us, the Mexican, or me again, because I'm always the one who translates everything.
Right.
And we went back again in Olomouc to give a seminar. And the fascinating thing is that he met somebody else, a colleague, a doctor, in August, and talked about, he has there really a mini school in the afternoon school, so to say, where all the children are being taught by all the people who did the seminar in 2017. And he met some in Prague, a colleague, and talked about this, and the colleague in Prague said, "Oh, we want this again. We also want it in Prague."
Yeah.
So there we were in October. From Vienna, we went to Olomouc, did the seminar over there, and then we went to Prague. And Prague had everything October last year, and now in December last year, they contacted us again, the Prague people, and we are now giving in March a seminar again in Prague, because they have so much good feedback and everyone is fascinated. So Czech Republic is somehow very open.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, we've kind of run out of time.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. But was there anything else that you wanted to add before?
Well, I'm just saying, really, I have made a flyer saying, are you looking for a fulfilling and interesting duty in life, even in your third of your life? Just become this. This is the most fulfilling job I have ever had. Because every time a child is able to see, my heart jumps, and the changes are so wonderful. Really, it's the future. It's working for the future. So that's what I wanted to say. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Mike.
You're very welcome.